we've got to get to the beach tomorrow. Now, there's a wee break in the clouds between two storm fronts, and we've come along to Leven during high tide. So, let's see what we can find. So I hope you can hear me over the noise of the waves. I absolutely love standing here and just listening to it. And the waves, when they recede, they make my favourite noise. I hope you can hear that. I'm sure Craig's going to capture that a bit better later on. But I can see there's my first find of the day already here. It's a really stormy day, and a lot of things get churned up now. There's this really amazing huge oyster shell here. This is a really nice one, and we don't find these so often right here. They're very nice to display some finds in. And look at the thickness. This must be, I think always that you can see all these layers here. It's like the layers in a tree, and you can probably tell by these layers just how old this oyster shell must be. I think I'm going to take this, although it's not like I need an oyster shell, but I'm sure there's lots of other things here, and I'm going to take a wee look around here. Just get up and oh, what's that there? Right, there's a bit of plastic there. It looks like, well, I don't know, I don't want to say it's a smarty slit, but it kind of looks a little bit like it. Now let's see. Oh, it is. Oh no, that's a C. That's the one of two letters that we still need for our alphabet. Now this is really amazing. Craig should have really found this because it's got a C on it. And that's really amazing. I'm going to take this and show it to Craig.
I'm not sure if you can see it, but the sky over there, you can see the you can see a wee bit of light here, but you can see the sky there is just grey. Now that's rain, and you can probably also hear the wind is blowing very much in my direction, so I guess that rain is going to be upon us soon. So it's time for me at least to start having a wee look around. Now one of the first things that I've found, and I'm just going to try and turn my back into the wind here, is this bucky shell. Now sadly it's in a pretty poor shape, so I don't think we'll be taking that one, but it's one of these ones where you can see the real kind of architecture inside these shells. Nature's architecture. They're really beautiful things, but alas, it's really not in the kind of shape that we need it to be in. A bit of pottery here, and let's just take a look at it. Oh, it looks like it's just a plain piece of pottery. It's got a nice quirky sort of wave shape to it. I think I might leave that one here and have a look around what else is here. And there's some more pottery here. Look, there's some two pieces of pottery right here. Always worth looking at them, see if there's anything on them. Nothing on this one. Nothing on this one. Well, you know, I cannot tell you just how many pieces of rocks I've picked up thinking it might have been pirate glass, and it wasn't. And I thought I'd noticed something here. Can't actually see anything here. Oh, it looks like that might be a bottle bottom. Looks like it's clear glass. Really nicely frosted piece. Look at this. Very nicely shaped. Almost looks like a half moon. I think I might take that one. It's so nicely frosted. Whereas that piece over here, it's not nowhere near as nicely frosted, and you can also see the difference. Now we always get asked what's the difference between craft glass and jewellery glass. Now jewellery making glass, that would be more like this. See, it's really nicely frosted. There's no hint of any broken shiny areas, and this one here, this edge is just broken freshly, so that I wouldn't use in jewellery. You could grind that down if you wanted to, so if you had only access to pieces like this. But we are very blessed here. We find lots of pieces. Oh, actually, now that I'm turning away, I can
see there's two things there that I actually really like. There's a green piece of glass here, quite modern looking, maybe from a beer bottle, but it looks like there's maybe two wishing stones here. Now the other day we had a really nice comment, and it was because I asked, what would you know, how long would you stay at the beach? And somebody said, I would just go every time I go, like one day I would just go and just pick up like wishing stones like this, and then the next time I would maybe go and pick up shells, and then, you know, you put them all in little jars, and then you know exactly on that one day that I was out, I picked up some wishing stones, and this is the jar of it. So I really love that idea.
Down here the other day, and it was almost high tide as well, and a lot further along the beach there than we can see at the minute. We found a little patch and we thought we'll come down today and maybe we'll get onto that little patch of beach and see what we can find, but alas, the tide is much higher today than it was then, so we've had to come a wee bit further up the coast to find this little stretch that's generally not covered by the incoming tides, but when we have really high tides, this entire area here gets all flooded out. And in fact, if you remember last year around this time, we looked at this area right in front of us, which had been really smashed up by the incoming tides, and you can see it's still all fenced off there. You can see, maybe, I don't know if you can see just at the steps there, we went up those steps the last time, there's an awful lot more sand. The sand's a lot deeper here now than it was. There used to be about 4 or 5 steps up there. Oh no, I've spotted something and I'm gonna have to go over and get it. It's fluorescent. Now I wonder if it's just rubbish. Anyway, I digress. You can probably see just behind those steps, I hope you can, there's still a large hole, and that entire area in front of us here is sinking because it was smashed up, and see the big cracks in the wall there as well. Still not been repaired, 1 year in. Now I'm going to have a wee look up here. Oh ho ho ho, somebody's been out for a wee bevy last night. A bevy is the Scots word for a wee drink, and that's clearly the case there. It's a wine bottle, but look at that, look at that. What is it? Is it a star find? It's not quite a star find. I think I found an adjacent to a star find. But this, what a remarkable piece. I'm going to get something to pick it up because it's covered in a kind of foam. And I don't know what the foam is, but usually foam's not a good sign at the seaside. So let me get something just to grab that. A wee stick maybe. Maybe poke it back onto the beach. A wee bit here. I've got my poking stick. Come on, poking stick, there we go. Now what we'll do is we'll get that a wee wash in the water so that it's nice and hey, Craig spotted a new game, and this, in fact folks, is how the game of golf was invented. Maybe no, probably no. Anyway, there we go, it's a hole in one. Well, maybe not a hole in one, but a birdie, an eagle, I'm not sure. It's something. Now I'm going to put that there so that I don't forget to come back and pick up our find of the day. Now, as I was saying before I got sidetracked by a colourful ball, This entire area was smashed. There's something else over there that looks to me like it might even be a better star find than the one that I've just got. So I'm going to try and get over there, but I don't fancy my chances because that entire area is just a big hole. The fences are blocking it all off and there's no access on that side.
Now, let's see. What else is here? There's a bit of plastic there. It's just up there. Just going to take that. I think I've got a piece like that already at home in my big box of beach plastics for art. It kind of looks a bit like it could be like a bridge, you know, if you were thinking you were making a bridge and this would be on one side and that would be on the other, and you'd do something in the middle, like maybe a bit of, you could do a bit of driftwood like that. You'd have another piece here. You could have a wee bridge or something, or a shelf if you were making some art. Now let me just pop these finds away in my pocket. What's that orangey bit there? What's that orangey bit? It looks like it's a piece of brick actually. Yeah, it is a piece of brick. There's a bit of sea foam glass here. Look, that fresh break here. It's probably down to the tides being really, really rough. So much wind lately. It's storm season, so we've already had 4 storms and in very short succession to one another. And you can always hear the wind, and sometimes we hear when we're not filming. And you know, when you walk along the beach and it's really windy, how they always say that kind of blows the cobwebs out of your head. And yeah, I find that is really true. It does. If there were any cobwebs and you were walking along the Scottish coast during one of these lovely days where there's like 50-mile-an-hour winds, you certainly would not have any cobwebs left. So let's see, there's a brown interesting stone here. I quite like this. This looks like it might be petrified wood. Don't know actually. I don't think it is, but it's a really, really fascinating rock. Look, I know a lot of you really love rock hounding, and this probably looks a bit like it could be a painting. Imagine, see, if you just framed that, you could think that would be a landscape with maybe a sunset right here. That would look really, really amazing. See, all you need is a bit of imagination and a very cool rock. Now there's another rock. Let's maybe take some time today and have a look at some rocks. This looks like it could, I think that's actually slag glass. From the iron industry, from smelting. It's usually this kind of bluish tint up here, and then because it has all of these holes there, that usually means it's some sort of glass inside there. It doesn't look like glass, but it is. Now there's a lovely piece of white sea glass, a bit square, and then there's here one I can see. See, there's another wee fresh break. So many fresh breaks on these pieces here, and I really think that is just testament to the very strong winds we've been having. I can actually see quite a lot of pieces down here, and I'm just thinking about some sort of artwork project. And I'm wondering if I should make something with glass, maybe something in a frame with a bit of driftwood. These are always very intriguing. Whoops! Oh, this is a bit of a rope, fisherman's rope. They come in very handy for lots of things. Oh, I'm getting blown over here with the wind coming up behind me. Oh, okay, I think it's maybe time that I went to see what Clint's been up to.
There's actually a wee clutch of finds here, I think. We've got a wee bit of glass there. It's just a wee bit of a kind of clear glass, but it's really nice. Well, is it really nice? I don't know. It's now that I think about it, it's kind of an awkward shape. It's a wee bit like Africa. I think we'll leave that. it is a slightly awkward shape for Nicole to do anything with. Wee bits of pottery around here as well. Now I'm not sure how we're going to do. Oh, that's quite nice actually. It's kind of dark glaze on that side and a light glaze on that side. Do you know, I think I'm going to take it. But the other thing that I'm definitely going to take here is this. Nicole loves these shells. Well, loves them, maybe loves a wee bit strong. But nonetheless, whenever we find one of these, we kind of consider taking it along at least. And that one's really nice on the inside, so I'll take it along at least for Nicole to have a wee look at. Rather beautiful things. Now, better finds on the way. I've just seen right in front of me two things that I think are well worth picking up. Three things. I've seen three maybe more than three things. Sorry, wobbling the camera about a wee bit there. Just trying to pocket these finds. Now I hope you can see at least one of the things that I think is well worth picking up here, and it's this piece of pottery there. Did you see that? That's really nice. I'm not sure if it's entirely suitable for jewellery making. Maybe it is, I'm not sure. But I'll take that along in the meantime. Just now, because it's really cold and we're not sure when the storm's going to arrive, I think we just have to pick up a few things, take a look at what we've got and then evaluate them a little bit later. So I'm going to take that. But I've also seen one other thing, and I'm sure you've caught a glimpse of the colour of it, if nothing else. And I think it's safe to say, it is safe to say that this is a star find. Look at that. That's just awesome. It's been a wee while since I've had a star find that is of this sort. Now, I hope you can see what that is. It's a golf tee. So you would put that in the ground like that, and you put a golf ball on there, and then you'd hit it with your club. So that could well be a find of the day. No, it's not a golf ball, but you know, it's golf ball adjacent. Now the other thing that I just spotted is this here. Hope you can see what that is. It's a bottleneck, but it's very, 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 very chunky glass. I don't know what kind of bottle that would have come from. Look at that. Really well frosted. It's a nice kind of sea foamy colour, and I think that's really cool. That's a very cool find. Now, another nice piece of sea glass there. We've got to have that. No sun today to shine anything through. Oh, There's another bit of a, that again looks like, that must be a bottle top, right? Now it looks to me like that might have been from a milk bottle or so. Not entirely sure. Now we'll take a closer look at those in a wee while. Sorry, I'm wobbling about a wee bit here trying to get these finds into my pockets. Very windy today. We'll take a wee wander and see if there's anything else we can find in here. Now I'm not so sure that these big stones here are actually the best place to look. So what I'll do is I'll take a wee side step so we can see a wee bit of sand. And as you can see along this way, there's a wee bit more of a mix of stones, scree, shells, bits of wood and all sorts of things. And that, I think, is where I'm more likely at least to find some glass. Now that's an interesting piece. Let's come round here. Two interesting pieces here. That's a beauty. Look at it. It's another wee bottleneck, but it's really lovely. Get rid of that bit of fluff or whatever it is. Look at that. Now I can actually feel the beginnings of rain, and I'm not entirely sure if it's just the wind blowing the sea here as the waves break, and I'm maybe just getting salt water. But as you can see over there, that grey line, it's not going away. If it's following the wind, it's heading towards me. Now hopefully before it does, we'll get to find a few more pieces like this. Now it looks to me it's safe to say that this is indeed a bottom, but what a thick and chunky bottom it is. Look at that. It's really thick glass. It's quite clear though, so suggests it's maybe not as old as I might assume. Gotta take it along. One of those days, everything gets to come with. Now there are some really good wee finds in there. There are some that I'm a little bit more dubious about. But we'll get to sort through those a little bit later on. Now look at that. It's a jub, a little jub piece. It's really nice though, I love these pieces. It's so well frosted. Anyone who's watched this channel for any time will realise or will know that days like this are some of my favourites, because it's that sea. The sea on days like this is just glorious. The energy and the power. It's so soothing. So I think at some point today I'm definitely going to take a few minutes just to point the camera out there and just listen to that glorious sound of the waves breaking against this wee stony shore. But before I do, there's got to be some more things to be found. But I think at this point I'm getting up towards the burn there, so what I think I'll do is I'll turn back along the beach here and I shall go and see if I can find Nicole. I think that's her there, just up the beach. I found something, and I'm going to show how golf was invented. So here we have it then, folks. Somebody found a stick, somebody found a ball or a rock, and that's golf was invented. There you go, a wee bit of history there for you. Miniature version, big version, find of the day, berry or something. Anyway, I'm going to go catch up with Nicole and see how she's been doing, and we'll have a look at our best finds, I guess. Check it out.
Ooh, find of the day.
It is indeed a find of the day, and I just showed by demonstration how the game of golf was invented, with a man with some kind of ball and a stick on a beach somewhere in Scotland.
Okay, I'm not going to touch that.
No? How no?
I think we should leave it here for a dog.
Well, I'm going to put it up there,
Yeah.
somewhere on the other side of all this for a dog. For the meantime though, I'm going to throw it over there. And oh no, where's it going? It's quite light, the wind will blow it away. We'll pick that up in a minute. For the moment though, I think we should have a wee look at our finds of the day.
Yeah, I think we should.
So, let's have a look at our best finds of the day then.
Yeah.
Nicole, as usual, has arranged them here, but what we can see is that my star find, it's found its way underneath there. No, that star find, that star find. So I'm going to have to dig that out before we can't be leaving that on the beach.
Oh yeah, well it's so windy that all the plastic is blowing away, so I'm hanging on to this star find here because it's, oh see it's all almost blown away.
See. Yeah, there's a wee pun in there, folks. I don't know if it was intended or not. Let's have a wee look then at our best finds of the day. What's that? It's super chunky.
Yeah, it's a massive chunk of seafoam sea glass. Now I'm not entirely sure if that's maybe a window pane or it could actually be a bit of a cod bottle, but it's really thick.
I'm going to say it's not a cod bottle. It's a wee bit too flat for that.
Yeah, it's
then
quite...
you've got a big shell there as well.
Yeah, it's a massive oyster shell. Then I found this piece of plastic. I already have this exact same piece of plastic at home. Some really nice bottle bottoms. This very nice teapot handle, which if you put two together then you've got a heart shape, and I always like that.
So we should stop there and say that this is a bottom. This is definitely not a bottom. This is a neck. And this is a very cool neck.
Yeah,
That is super cool, super chunky and perfect.
Yeah, I think it is actually perfect for a piece of jewellery. I think I'm just going to maybe try and put a little bit of chain around it, and that's it. That's all it needs. It doesn't want anything else.
It really doesn't. Check that out. I'm going to try and balance it on my finger. I don't think I'm going to manage that. Let's see. Oh ho ho ho! Nicole's going to balance it on her finger because her fingers are a wee bit
I'll just
better.
do that.
There we go.
Yeah,
Look
see?
at that.
I think that's perfect, and it's really smooth from all sides, so that's just perfect. It's like a wedding ring.
That's an awesome piece. You'd have to have an awfully wee finger for that to be a wedding ring. Maybe a wee fairy's wedding ring or something, I don't know. So, additionally then we've got some nice bits of shell in there as well.
Yeah, and I found this this hagstone here. There's actually a perfect hole in it. It's almost like, it looks like it might be flint. It's quite unusual for the Scottish coast.
Let's have a wee look at that. Now that, because it's all of that material, Nicole said this is like a flint material. This is a true hagstone. We don't often find true hagstones. They're a wee bit like hen's teeth.
Yeah,
We
so
didn't see them very often.
did you manage to see the fairy world through it?
I did indeed, aye.
Yeah. I found this lovely piece of green sea glass. It's a really chunky piece. It's almost like, it looks like it's a bit of a poison bottle, like a green one. So I think I'm going to make that into a pendant. And there is this lovely piece of pottery here. And you also found a very nice piece of pottery there.
What do you reckon that is? Do you think it's the blue willow pattern? I'm sorry, I'm budging about a lot here, folks. It's because I'm in a very tight spot. It's quite difficult to film. No picked our spot very well today. That is quite a cool piece, but that I think is really nice because it's dainty, it's beautifully patterned, it's a nice colour, and it's the kind of thing we could get a piece of jewellery from.
Yeah.
So I'm going to wind this up quite quick because I think I can feel the rain coming. Yeah. We've got a couple of wishing stones here, we've got another bottom, and of course, starfind. Where's my other starfind gone?
Yeah, I had to put that in my pocket so it wouldn't flow by.
At least we're taking it home with us. I wouldn't want to leave something as precious as that behind.
That's true, yeah. What I do want to do is I would like to throw these away in the sea, that you can make a wish and I can make a wish with the wishing stones.
Okay, let's do that then. So hopefully then we'll have a wee video before the new year. But if we don't, this is going to carry through. We wishing stone here for me, wishing you all a fantastic 2025 with a lot of peace, love and happiness. Did you see it? I didn't. But it's been thrown and the wish has been made.
Okay, now here's my wish for the new year, and it's for health and happiness.
There we go. It dropped in right there. You saw it happen, folks. It's going to be a good 2025. Fingers crossed. Let's get back to the car.
Yeah. Well, the wind is really battering us and the rain is coming in, so it's about time for us to get back to the car. And it only remains for me to say thank you so much for watching, liking and commenting. If you haven't subscribed yet, please take a minute to subscribe. An extra special thanks goes out to everybody who's been supporting the channel on Etsy,